now we're back in the studio. I hope you're all sitting by your phone. You have your other cup of coffee, and you have the phone number ready to dial, right? 703-923-4639.
Say it again. You said it wrong.
I said what wrong? Oh, I'm reading off the page, and it's up there, a different number. Okay, folks, look at the number on the screen, because the one on my sheet wasn't correct. 703-663-3333. Now, you know, Chandra welcomes any of your comments or questions, so please feel free to call in.
Thank you.
Hello.
How are you?
We're back again now with this.
Yes, we are.
In the meantime, I'm assuming you have a few announcements.
I do. So first of all, we just saw that video of the elevator, which I know has been very much anticipated. That was our ribbon cutting. A really nice participation. We combined our meet and greet with the executive team, and we got a great turnout. So we'll have to figure out, is it better to have things in the upper lobby than have it in the Acatee room? Well, we won't have the Acatee room for a while because of all the construction.
Yeah, now is that actually going to go on?
So yes, so we actually, if you're talking about Village Square, we met last week. We did get the permits for Village Square, which is a big win.
Wow,
yes.
That's terrific.
Yes, Fairfax County, that's a big win. And we did meet with our contractors last week. So, you know, Melissa Robeson is our point person,
Yes,
my
she
AED for communications on the Village Square program.
Right.
So we will, on the Village Square, life cycle, which is with the refresh. So we will, on the 18th, when we have coffee with the exec team, we will do an update on that.
All right.
Some of the pre-work has actually already started in some of the other projects. For example, where the treasure chest will go here, you know, some of that demolition has started. Where the old hospice office was, where the fitness center will be located, temporary fitness center, while the new one is being built. The demolition has started there to clean it out and get things done. So we seem to be going well. We are pretty much on track. Construction for this clubhouse, Village Square, will start before Town Center. We had hoped to have them both start around the same time, but again, there's some challenges with the permitting for Town Center, which is a much more complex project because it is a repositioning, so there's a lot more nuances to it.
Yeah.
And the county is having some challenges kind of getting through all of those. So
so people will learn more about
Yes,
Village Square at the
right,
upcoming
and both of them, we will
meeting.
give updates continuously. Whatever we know real time, we will share. And I have to tell you, I get feedback on don't share too much, you don't share enough. I would rather overshare and come back and tell you this is a tentative date. This is the best answer we have now. It may change, than to say we're going to wait 3 weeks and tell you, and then have people feel like they weren't informed. So every time we give a date or a time, we say with a disclaimer.
Yes, of course.
It is subject to change, but
well,
we
it's
just
dependent upon so many other dominoes in the yeah, it is.
You know, what Village Square will be a much shorter process, less disruption, but it still will be disruptive. But we know at the end that the product will be much better. You know, because we are starting to show our wear and tear, you know, after so many years in the community, and we want to look fresh.
That's right.
You know, we want our residents to enjoy, you know, a product that's fresh, and they're proud to showcase it and show it off to their grandchildren. And so that's where we're going with that. And then talk about projects. Dogwood Commons, which is our new addition to Garden Ridge, our continuing care, which has memory care and assisted living. We are going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony, and we'll put out a flyer. It'll go from really basically from like 2 to 4 p.m. on the 22nd. Let's see, we're going to do it on the 22nd of March, which is a Friday.
It's a Friday, yeah.
And so we plan on having, we've sent out invitations to some of our local dignitaries and our, of course, our council and our will be there, and then some of the people that are part of the design team for Dogwood.
Okay, good.
And then we'll have refreshments and just some keynote speakers, and then the ribbon cutting will be at 2:45, and then we'll have a mix and mingle, and we'll figure out shuttle service to help people get over and come back.
Sure.
But I'm looking forward to celebrating. We had committed to having a bigger shindig when we had the ribbon cutting versus when we did the groundbreaking.
Yeah.
So we're just excited to be able
Well,
to
it's
celebrate.
exciting to
Yeah.
see some of these projects being
Yes.
completed.
Yes.
And that we've been watching for over a year, in some cases. Yeah.
And I think what we found is when we've moved residents, and we've, close to 73 residents, we've moved into Dogwood Commons from our current existing resident population. They've just been really happy with the move. You have residents that are saying, come see my new space. Oh my gosh, this is my new home.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's a significantly different environment because of not just the size of the units, but the amenity spaces. We have a pool table, we have a theater room, the dining areas are much different, and that we did earlier. But the rooms itself, the assisted living rooms, have a little kitchenette. They've got a refrigerator with a little freezer in it, so
That's
people
lovely,
can
yeah.
keep their ice cream or whatever else they want to there.
Yeah.
So I think it really helps to enhance the quality of life.
Terrific.
It's beautiful. I mean, I've had some IL residents say, I think I'm going to book my room way ahead of time. So it's been really nice to see the transition. And we actually hired a moving company that did all the work. So our residents and their family members or friends, whoever's supporting them, didn't have to worry. This company came in, and even to the place where you want your phone, or where do you want your food in the refrigerator, where do you want your items in the cabinet, all of that was done. And they went out on an outing, came back, and everything was in
How
its place.
nice. Lovely.
Yes, so it's been a really great transition.
Don't forget now, you're supposed to be dialing that number, 703-663-3333. I'm
That's
glad
a
they
lot of
weren't
threes.
six. I'm glad they weren't sixes. I lisp a little.
333. So it's been a really nice opportunity to be able to enjoy that, our residents enjoying that space.
Speaking of your vendors or contract people that you get, I had the occasion a week or two ago that some of the is it Positive? Is that the name of the
Positive
company?
Promotions.
They had to come in to do something about my new window issue, and they came in, two young men, and I'm so sorry I didn't get their names. They came in, finished the work, were out of there in less than an hour, did not disturb me one iota.
Oh, very nice.
And they were so nice young men.
Good.
And I need to write that up and send it to Lynn Keefe.
Yes, thank you.
For them, because they really were quite nice.
And we try and make sure that experience is positive. As you can understand, there's so many contractors and subcontractors that we work with. So, we would like to be able to acknowledge the ones that are positive, because when they're not, we go after them to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah,
and so,
right.
this year and next year and half of the following year, we're going to have a lot of people in the community that are not generally here, the contractors and their subcontractors, between the construction, life cycle, all of those things that happen for these big projects, but we still have our day-to-day things that get done that quietly happen, that most residents don't even know about: boilers and sprinkler systems and upgrades to things that are happening on a regular basis. So it's going to be an interesting year for all of us. So I just continue to ask for everyone's patience, and if things are going well, please let us know. If they're not, please let us know.
Well, maybe we could write a comical script about it all.
Oh, we
And
could.
there
is a sitcom out there based on retirement communities. I'm not sure if you've seen it. It's called Cool Kids.
I have not. No.
And so I have to find out what channel it's on, but it's interesting because some of the little kind of episodes are some similar. There is one about the 2V studio, but their TV studio is not as nice as ours. It's in a
good.
closet, in the janitor's closet.
Oh my gosh.
So my kids say, Mom, you really enjoy watching these shows. And I said, I'm just trying to see how much of it is like real life.
Yeah.
Right. So
Well.
yeah, we have so many fun things always happening here.
It's true. It's a busy place.
It is.
No matter what, whether it's fun things or whether it's, oh no, another workman's going to come in my apartment to do something.
Right.
How are we doing on that? Each apartment having their own internet business. Where are we on
we're
that?
almost done. So they all have their own internet service. What we're doing is we're upgrading the access points. So it's called a WAP.
Yeah, WAP. I didn't dare say the word. I didn't remember.
Don't ask me what the
I don't care.
acronym
I don't
stands
care
for,
either. But
it's the little dish that's
little
in
gadget in the ceiling of our
right.
hallway. Yes.
And the lights aren't on because they are not
Right.
hooked up yet.
Do we know when that's going to happen?
We're still waiting to get the timeline once all of them have been installed.
Oh, they haven't all been installed
Right.
yet.
So we have
Okay.
we're almost done with the set. We've got two neighborhoods that are left to get done.
Oh, okay.
That was last week. So we've
You
probably
must have started with the third neighborhood then, because I got mine already.
right. So they're
Yeah.
moving
Okay.
pretty fast.
Yeah.
So once they're installed, then we'll give a timeline, and what they'll do is it's sort of like Christmas lights. You have to hook them all up at once, and it's
I
kind of
see.
they all are connected, and
I
it
see.
starts. And then what we do then is at that point see how it works for each individual resident, and then if there's some challenges, then we'll go back and see if we need to make modifications. But in most cases, it should be.
I'm one of the
much
fortunate
better.
ones that I've never had a minute's
had that.
problem ever since we got them in the hallways. I mean,
Okay.
it's
Right,
So
and
I
we-
just happen to be fortunate. I know a lot of friends of mine. They get kicked off the system. Or something occurs, and
Yeah, and it depends on where their apartment is. So this is a good thing because it's in the apartment
Yeah.
and you have your own access.
Correct.
You're not dependent on which way your walls
or
go.
how
and-
close you are to the apparatus and all.
Exactly. So the other thing is that I know we've been talking about town center, and are we going to get a CVS or not? So this last week, the executive team was at our annual meeting. Erickson has an annual meeting for its directors, and we did receive information that we will be getting a CVS pharmacy / convenience store in town center. So it'll be a souped up pharmacy with more products.
I mean, we have CVS already,
That's
but
correct.
it's the pharmacy portion
Right.
is what we currently have.
So we wanted to make sure that there was more variety of products, and they can do a lot more than we could ever do because of their purchasing power and their turnover. So that'll be the addition. So that'll change a little bit of the design in town center,
Okay.
but majority of it will not. Most of it
Yeah.
will not change. So lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure that one of the reasons we haven't gotten a call is because you have been so informative with this, telling us the things that are on our minds, as residents that we sit at the dinner table and speak of, and that sort of thing.
I think so. I'll make one thing clear. We've been asked is if we get a CVS, are the other stores still going to be open? Yes, they still are.
Okay, you'll still have the.
Yes. So the rumor
regular-
mill, make sure the
Well,
rumor
yeah,
mill knows,
well,
because sometimes
okay.
people get a little,
Well, if that subject comes up at lunch or dinner, I'm going to say I have it from the horse's mouth,
there you go.
or I'll tell them to go on YouTube and watch this show.
Right. That's correct. That's correct.
So, well, listen. Do you have other?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Well, we didn't get any calls, but I think people are satisfied. That's why they didn't call.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Chandra,
you.
for being here today.